USA gets favorable World Cup 2026 draw. Paraguay, Australia, and European playoff winner Washington. The way out of the group stage for the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup is very clear. The Americans should be favorites in Group D after being paired with Paraguay, Australia, and the winner of a European playoff among Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, and Kosovo in Friday's ceremony at the Kennedy Center. The U.S. will face Paraguay to open its World Cup on home soil on June 12th in Los Angeles, which will also be Paraguay's first game at the World Cup since 2010. The Americans beat Paraguay 2-1 in a friendly just last month, which should give them some confidence, though it came with a widely rotated U.S. roster. The Paraguayans made a solid showing of themselves in South American qualifying, conceding the second fewest goals in CONMEBOL and accumulating as many points as the likes of powerhouses Brazil and Colombia. Australia, which will play the Americans in Seattle on June 19th, tied its best-ever finish at the World Cup in 2022, placing second in its group before losing to Argentina in the round of 16. The Socceroos appointed coach Tony Popovich midway through their qualification campaign after Graham Arnold quit as a result of a loss to Bahrain and a draw against Indonesia. The squad led by midfielder Jackson Irvine nonetheless qualified with some ease following that speed bump, beating Japan and Saudi Arabia to clinch passage. Like Paraguay, the U.S. has also beaten Australia recently, taking a 2-1 win in an October friendly on a brace by Haji Wright. The third opponent, with the game due to take place June 19th in Los Angeles, won't be determined until March 31st. Turkey meets Romania and Slovakia faces Kosovo on March 26th, with the two winners competing for a spot in the World Cup 5 days later. Mauricio Pochettino's USMNT has been striking a stride recently, with wins over Uruguay and Paraguay during the November international window. That made it 5 in a row unblemished for the Stars and Stripes, who last lost on September 6th to South Korea. The run of form comes as a relief following a rough summer that included friendly losses to Turkey and Switzerland, a loss in the Gold Cup final to Mexico, and a public feud between Pochettino and his best player, Christian Pulisic. All that appears to be in the past now, though the varied makeup of the squad during fall exhibition windows, stars such as Pulisic, Tyler Adams, and Weston McKennie were all absent from the November window, for example, to make it a bit of a question how things will translate when the U.S. is at full strength. That indicator will have to wait until March, when the U.S. has friendlies scheduled against powerhouses Belgium and Portugal to close what will be the last international window before the team reconvenes in late May ahead of the World Cup itself. The March camp in Atlanta is expected to contain as close to a World Cup roster as the U.S. can bring, and will be the last chance for players on the selection bubble to try and impress. The U.S. has 2 more friendlies scheduled, against a team yet to be announced on May 31st in Charlotte, North Carolina, and against Germany on June 6th in Chicago, before it sails to California, where it will make its home base during the group stage.